I'm not a a-hole for what I told my 25 female pregnant sister, 16 female. For background information, I am the oldest of my 3 siblings. The one this centers around is the youngest, Anna. I am the one who takes care of my siblings, and I still do to this day. Our father is a deadbeat, and our mother is a bad person and never took care of us. I can't get into all of it due to the rules, but she was never meant to be a parent. And so, I've always taken care of myself. And when I was 6, my brothers were born and they became my responsibility. And then later, Anna was born. I've done my best to take care of them, but I was just a kid. So, of course, none of us grew up as we should have. Because of this, Anna in particular got into doing things she shouldn't. Again, I can't get into it all due to rules, but given the situation I'm in here, I think you can guess. Well, now, she's found out she's pregnant. My first suggestion was termination, and she absolutely lost it. She went on about how awful I was for even suggesting it, and how she'd never let me near the kid, etc. And so I told her that if she had this kid, I would not support her mentally, physically, financially, or emotionally. I will not calm the kid in the middle of the night. I won't change its diapers. I won't pay for the medical appointment. I won't buy formula, nor make it or feed a kid, or absolutely anything else. It is her responsibility to get a job and get the money to take care of it. And of course, while I won't tell her this, I won't let the kid starve or go without basic needs. If she can't afford food, I will buy it because it isn't fair to the kid. But regardless, I told her I already had to raise 3 kids that weren't mine. For 19 years, I've taken care of the family and I will not raise another kid. Furthermore, Anna is high-risk pregnancy. We have bad health issues in our family, including high blood pressure, PCOS, diabetes, etc. There's even a small chance she won't survive the birth. Before our fight, she told me if it happens, she wants me to take the kid. We don't have any other family. Not our mom, dad, no aunts, no uncles, nothing. And so I told her if it happened, I'm not keeping the kid and it is going to the system. She's now extremely angry with me, but I'm done. She admitted that she wanted to get pregnant. I know she's going to have a hard time with the kid in pregnancy, but I've raised 3 kids, and I'm not even a mom. I'm done. I didn't make her do this, but despite this, I feel like I've been too cruel to her. I know my words were harsh, but my mind can't decide if it was excessively harsh or if it was the harsh words she needed to hear. So I figured, why not? I'll make a post on this subreddit that I've seen so often. So, am I the a-hole? Now for the top comments. Not the a-hole. She's clearly not ready for a child, but ultimately that is her decision to make. However, she should be fully prepared to raise that child on her own, and her expecting you to do it is totally unfair. Lay it down for her and tell her what it's going to be like. Beyond that, it's up to her. Just know that you're a wonderful sister for taking care of her for so long, and for losing a large part of your childhood by forcing yourself to be a parental figure when you yourself probably weren't ready. Edit. I want to clarify that I absolutely empathize with Opie's younger sister. And I'm sure Opie does too, obviously. 16 and pregnant is tough, especially alone, and I could not even imagine. Opie's sister is very frankly still a child, and is now going to be confronted with some very adult and life-changing decisions. And all Opie can do is do her best to impart her experiences and wisdom onto sister and hope she makes the right decision. And a part of that is making sure sister is entirely clear on the extent of which Opie can and will be involved. Support systems in raising children are absolutely important, and sister needs to know exactly what her support system is before she decides whether or not to have the child. I don't blame her for wanting Opie to help, but ultimately she needs to be able to live with the fact that Opie won't be as involved as she likes. Knowing all of that, if she still wants to have the child, then that's her decision to make. I just want Opie to also know that this isn't her fault, and she's not obligated to do more than what she can or wants to. Not the a-hole at all. Seriously, she shouldn't have had a kid under the expectation you'd raise it. Let's be honest here, that was what she was banking on. And to be honest, I say put her if you're legally able to. If you let her stay, you will end up raising a 4th child you don't want. I know it's hard, I know it's painful, but you're just going to enable her more at this rate. Right now, it's just one more kid, but then it's another. And then more issues, etc., etc. If she thinks she's mature enough to have a kid, she should be able to handle her own life with it without someone else's support. Also, she doesn't get to say, "I won't let you near the baby," and then expect help. End of story. Best of luck, Opie. I hope things work out for you. Make sure to take care of yourself and hold strong. Now for the next story. Am I the a-hole for not wanting to be around my girlfriend's little sister and causing a rift in the family? I met my girlfriend when we were 11. We were on the same basketball team, so I met her family at the games. Her sister Sammy was 8 back then, and I guess her family used to like teasing that she has a little crush on me and she'd get all shy whenever I hung out with them. They made jokes about me being her little boyfriend. Then we got together when we were 13. So the whole Sammy crushing on me got more obvious. Everyone in her family says it's cute. Sometimes Sammy would come with us to the movies and I'd buy them stuff. Whenever I go with her family anywhere, Sammy always wants to sit next to me or on my lap. Never said anything back then since she was a little kid and didn't mean anything. Now she's 15 and feel like the crush has got worse. To a point where it is awkward and uncomfortable for me. She doesn't hide that she gets jealous of my girlfriend, or when I'm at their place, she's like glued to me. Gets mad if we want to be alone in my girlfriend's room. Wants to go with us wherever we go. Everyone always treated it like Sammy being herself. But now, it makes me super uncomfortable her wanting to be all over me sometimes, and I purposely sit somewhere she won't have space to be near me. We just learned recently that my girlfriend is pregnant, and we moved into our own place to get ready for our baby. Sammy straight up lost it when we told our families we're pregnant. I'm serious. She locked herself in the bathroom crying for an hour, yelling that she hates everyone. So yeah, with her reaction, I want to be around her even less. I told my girlfriend how I've been feeling uncomfortable with her sister for a long time, and I should have said all this sooner. My girl apologized because she always thought I was okay with some of the crap her sister does, but says I don't have to interact with her if I don't want to. She also talked to her family about getting Sammy to start respecting my boundaries and let it go with the boyfriend jokes already. They don't think Sammy's doing anything wrong since the crush is innocent, so they pretty much don't want to tell her to keep some distance from me when we come over. Her parents started coming at me to stop making a big deal and punishing Sammy for how she feels. I showed my girlfriend a text they sent me and she got pissed. So now, she won't go either until they start getting her Sammy to behave right around me. But they won't do that. Now the whole family's attacking us, especially my girlfriend, and it's making me feel guilty. They're saying I'm terrible for ruining things between my girlfriend and them. They don't get why I'm being this way. My girlfriend is so mad she don't want to talk to them. They're saying it's my fault. Am I the a-hole for starting this whole thing by not wanting to be around Sammy anymore? Not the a-hole. They let this inappropriate behavior go on way too long and encouraged it by not doing anything and repeatedly saying you were Sammy's boyfriend. WTF? Family and Sammy are very in the wrong here. I agree. She's 15. That's too old to be acting this inappropriate. She's not far off adulthood and needs to learn how to handle relationships, rejection, and everything in between. She's not been taught the right boundaries though. I feel sorry for her. But the family are absolutely in the wrong here. Opie perhaps arranged to have a chat with you, your girlfriend, and Sammy without the family present to explain new boundaries in a kind way. She won't be happy about it, but it'll help everyone's relationship in the future. Not the a-hole. Bro, good job saying something. Your girl doesn't find that weird? They're sisters, right? Yeah, but I guess because she was used to her sister's personality, and it's been happening for years already. Like, she knows about her crush because it's super obvious, but didn't realize it was making me feel very uncomfortable. Not the a-hole. Please go very low contact with her family until the baby is born. This should be a special time for you both, and your girlfriend really doesn't need the added pressure during her pregnancy. I hope you two don't live with them. If you do, move out ASAP. Sammy's crush may have started out innocently, but it shouldn't have been allowed to go into this very unhealthy phase. Sammy is a teenager bursting with hormones and crazy thoughts. I really hope she doesn't hurt herself over this. Nah, we moved out once we knew she was pregnant. Moving in together was something we were going to do anyways. We told them like a month after. Next story is titled, Am I the a-hole for telling my friend that I don't need her stupid parenting advice because she doesn't have kids by choice and she doesn't know what it's like to be a mom? She, 26 female, doesn't have kids because she doesn't want to, but she loves to tell other people what to do with theirs, and most of them ignore her, but I, 23 female, can't. I swear I try because I love her, and I don't want to hurt her feelings, but I'm getting tired of her attitude and I can't just ignore her. I've been dealing with people like her since my first daughter, 6 female, was born. I had her when I was 17, and at the time, I used to do what everyone told me because I was really young and also a first-time mom, but now I'm an adult and I'm tired of people telling me how to parent my kids. I gave birth to my second daughter almost 2 weeks ago, and my husband, 31 male, and I decided not to pierce her ears. Because even if it sounds silly, we don't like the idea of causing her pain for something she didn't ask to have. In this case, earrings. And this friend thinks it's stupid because she thinks that if I pierce her ears now, she won't feel so much pain. Honestly, I don't even know where she got that from. And that if we wait until she can decide like how we did it with her sister, then she will suffer like her. She said that because when my oldest daughter was born, my husband and I decided not to pierce her ears either. She got her ears pierced a few weeks ago for her 6th birthday because she wanted to. And it's true that it hurt, but now she's fine. And I told my friend that, but she said that my husband and I are really selfish because we know that waiting hurts our oldest daughter, and that now we want to repeat history just because we want to be cool parents who let their kids do what they want. And that's not true. I tried really hard to ignore her, but then when my husband came home, my friend was at our house with our daughter from school, and she saw that my husband had bought her a doll just because she was jealous of the gifts her little sister has been receiving, said that we are raising her like those spoiled girls who when they grow up end up being a pain in the butt. That we have to stop trying to be cool parents and start being real parents, because otherwise at 10 she will do whatever she wants. And I was dealing with a crying baby and a 6-year-old who was trying to get all my attention to tell me what she did at school, and I was exhausted. So I told my friend to stop, and she was like, no, but you both need to stop being so permissive, blah blah blah. And I told her that I'm tired of her trying to tell me what to do when she doesn't even have a child, and has no intention of having one, that I don't need her stupid advice because she has no idea how hard it is to raise a child. Then she said that she knows how difficult it is because her sister has 5 kids, and that I'm acting like a stubborn kid who can't take advice. That she's just trying to help me and that I don't appreciate her help. Am I the a-hole for reacting that way? Now for the top comments. Not the a-hole. She's really quite annoying. Her not suggestions, but very harsh judgments. I'd get annoyed too. And, actually, the fact she has not children is just tangential. I guess she would be obnoxious even if she had a pair. Not the a-hole. Based on the fact that she thinks babies don't feel pain. All the other stuff too, but she's an idiot. Not the a-hole. To be honest, I'm a firm believer of not piercing babies' ears, as I find it cruel to put an infant in unnecessary pain for an accessory. Plus, they may not even want them when they get a bit older. My parents waited until I asked when I was 11. Plus, when they're older, you're also able to teach them how to take care of their piercings. Every parent has a different parenting style, and don't let anyone tell you yours is wrong. Congrats on the newest addition to your family. Not the a-hole. Most people just instinctively know not to stick their noses into other people's parenting. Your friend doesn't, and even after you spell it out for her, she still thinks she's in the right. If "bugger off, my kids and my life aren't your business" doesn't get the message across, it may be time to reevaluate how valuable this friendship is to your life. Now for the last story. Am I the a-hole for asking my brother and sister-in-law to give me back clothes that I gave them for their son? I, 25 female, and my husband, 31 male, have 2 kids, 3 female and 1 male. Both of my kids have always been dressed in boutique clothing or higher-end clothing. Most outfits cost $30+ per kid that they wear, not including shoes and bows for my daughter. I buy them these because I like them and can afford it. And catching the drops of these shops has become a weird hobby for my husband and I. He gets excited when he scores something I wanted for the kids if I missed it. Lol. My brother, 22 male, and sister-in-law, female 20, had a son in September 2020 and have told me how much they love the outfits my son wore and how they wished they could afford to dress their son in boutique clothing. I sometimes buy him outfits, but the clothing I like is limited and you have to really be quick to purchase what you like. So obviously, I put getting my kids what I like first before getting things for their son. I thought we were done having kids. Last October, 2020, we moved to a different state than my brother and sister-in-law, so I decided to go through and give them all of my son's old clothes, except for anything with his name on it. It was 2 packed full totes of clothing. We recently found out that I'm pregnant again and we're having a boy. So I asked sister-in-law for just a few specific outfits. I don't need the entire 2 totes of clothing back. She said she would sell them to me as she's seen them go for almost double on her resale pages than what I paid in retail at their original drops. I paid $40 for one outfit and she's apparently seen it sold for $70 because the print wasn't brought back this year. She offered for me to pay $55 instead of $70. She doesn't even have these items listed online. She just wants me to buy them back from her. I literally laughed at her and absolutely refused and got off the phone with her. My brother called me later that night and told me I embarrassed her for laughing at her for saying she'd sell them to me. He said I poor shamed them, which I didn't. I didn't say a single thing about their or my finances or the cost or even bring up money at all. He said they've been really tight on money because they're trying to save and buy a house. They live with my parents rent-free, and that's why she was offering to sell them to me. He told me I was being an a-hole for even asking for the clothes in the first place when I know they hold value. And I know my brother is the only one working. I thought it was absurd that they'd call me Nahal like that, but my mom thinks I should have just left them alone. Because apparently, sister-in-law is dealing with a lot of PPD, and I know how bad PPD is, and how small things like that can make it worse. And now I feel like I should apologize. Not Nahal, but let this be a lesson to not help them out anymore. They didn't even need the clothes in the first place. They had a baby shower with more than 50 people there. They got more items for their one kid than what you'd find at Target. I gave them the clothes because they liked them, and my son didn't fit in them anymore. Not Nahal. It doesn't matter if those clothes were high-end or bought from Goodwill. They belong to you, and you generously gave them to your brother and sister-in-law when you easily could have sold them. You only asked for a few things back and your sister-in-law had the nerve to try and sell them to you? That's ridiculous. And if you still live in the same state, I go over and get all the clothes back. Your brother and sister-in-law are super entitled. I'm actually going to visit them this week. Lol. My sister said I shouldn't have even said anything and just gone through the totes and got the few I wanted and just told her I was taking them. I wouldn't have felt right doing that, but your comment made me think of her comment. Everyone sucks here. We'll probably get downvoted. But you gave those clothes to your brother and sister-in-law because you thought you weren't having another baby. Unless you told them you wanted them back, you really can't reclaim something that was a gift. That's a dick move. But your sister-in-law is also a Nahal for trying to resell them to you. It's not like she was the one who bought them. You weren't poor shaming them either. Actually, I wouldn't have even been mad if she said no. I was just shocked that she wanted me to buy them back.